Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome to RV 360 by National Indoor RV Centers, where we have all the details on the latest coaches. NIRVC is a trusted resource with RV lifestyle specialists who are here to help you find your dream coach. NIRVC also supports you well after the sale with storage, service, and detailing. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to tell you about a new product that we're carrying. This is the 2026 Coachmen Pixel 2.0. So you can get this coach exactly like this, or you can get a pop top as well if you want to carry along a few extra little people with you. But I love this product. It's a great entry-level van. Before I go into all the details of this, I wanted to go through a few things first. I love doing these videos. Love helping you do your research, but I love selling coaches even more. So make sure that you give us a call at National Indoor RV Center so we can help you. We will fly you in to take delivery if we are not in your area. So don't use that as an excuse. We have a fly to buy program. So I'll fly you and your significant other in to take delivery. You're going to have a walkthrough. You're going to spend a couple nights with us. You're going to know how to use this before you leave the campground and be really excited about the adventures you're about ready to take. Now, if there's something you want to jump to in my video, I have chapters below so you can skip ahead. Just make sure you come back and watch the whole thing so you get all the information. And then I'd love to hear from you. If you have comments, if there's something that you want to see more of, or if I forgot something, help me out. So the feedback from you only will make my videos better. And I'd love to hear from you. So if you have a comment, if there's something that you want to see more of, or maybe I go into a little bit more depth, make sure you leave a comment and I will get back to you. You know, my videos will only get better with a little feedback. So thanks so much, and let's go ahead and get started. The Pixel sits on the ProMaster chassis, has a 3.6 liter V6 engine, 9-speed transmission, and 276 horsepower. So at the very top of the van, we've got our marker lights, then we have our antenna, then we come down to our nice big windshield. This is how you're going to see the beautiful country. Right at the top of the windshield, you'll see like a little triangle. There's a ton of safety features built into this chassis. So you have traffic sign assist, collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, drowsy driver detection, cyclist and pedestrian emergency braking, crosswind assist, and electronic roll mitigation. You also are going to get the SumoSprings suspension package on the front and the rear. So you're going to have a really nice ride and drive and be very safe in this ProMaster chassis. Rain sensing windshield wipers. We've got the Ram badging here in front, and then we've got the park assist sensors and the surround camera. So when we go into reverse, we can see a 360 view of this van. It makes it super easy to get in and out of tight spaces. LED headlights with intelligent high beams. And then right here in the front, we've got, this is where you remove this little panel if you ever need to be towed out of someplace. The hook is right under this panel. Here under the front hood, we have our fuses. And then if we lift this little cover right here, we have the positive connection here if we have to jump our coach. And then we've got the ground here, brake fluid, coolant, engine oil dipstick, and engine oil fill, air intake, and our windshield wiper fill. To contribute to your great ride and drive, you're going to have the SumoSprings front and rear and stabilizer bar. Then we've got our exterior mirrors. They are internally controlled and heated. And then we've got the turn signal and marker light here. And we have our camera here. Again, that's going to help with that surround camera. And they can fold in. So if you're in a tighter parking space, you can just push the button, fold your exterior mirrors in. Then you'll notice that we have this great reinforced running board with the LED blue lights underneath. This is going to make it really easy to get in and out of the van. I love that they give you that extra width. Plus, it's got a no-slip surface. So I'm going to go inside just so that we can pull out our Thule awning, which is really nice. I think it's 13 feet long, so that's great. So check out all the shade that's going to provide. And it's a beautiful day here in Nashville, but this extra shade is going to be nice. So we've got this nice awning here. So now we have this great area here underneath the tent. Now we've got a nice little flip down here. So if we wanted to cook outdoors, We can start our preparation right there under all the shade. Look at all that shade it provided. It's a game changer because it's a beautiful day, but with that sun just beating down on you, it's pretty hot. We also have the 2 GFCI protected outlets. So this is great too. If you wanted to put like an induction cooktop out here, you could just plug in, do your cooking outdoors. Another great feature is just this screen. Look how easy it is to close, totally seals off the van. Now, if you're inside working, you get to enjoy that beautiful fresh air. I mean, that's what vans are for, like days like today. It's so gorgeous. To give your awning a little extra support, you can pull out the legs here. So you just unattach them there, then you can pull that out. And then you can extend them as long as you need to. And then of course, you're gonna wanna put those into the soft ground, but that will give you, 2 legs of support for your awning. So a little awning safety. I think the awning is great. It's gonna provide a nice little area for me this afternoon. But once I'm not outside by the van, or if I leave the van, make sure you bring that awning in. Even with the extra legs attached, you just never know what Mother Nature's gonna do, and I'd rather be a little bit safe than sorry. So Coachmen has given us the dual pane tinted acrylic windows all the way around, which help give some extra insulation there. And speaking of insulation, we've got the hush mats. So the wheel wells have the hush mats over them for sound deafening and insulation. And then we have the Cozy Wrap heat shield protective liner that's on your walls, in your ceiling, and your floor, and the rock wool R15 insulation. So really nicely insulated coach. So it's going to keep you cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. Coachmen badging and 2 GFCI protected 110 outlets. As I come around the back of the van, at the very top of the van, you see the Truma AC unit. That's your 15,000 BTU AC unit. Then we've got our marker lights. We also have our camera in there that's going to contribute to that surround and our rear view camera view. Then we've got the nice big windows here, our brake lights, our bumper. Now that we have a 6910 tow hitch here. We also have the 7-way and the 4-way for our tow vehicles. So let's check out the inside. This is exciting. So the doors go all the way back. So full accessibility into the van. Now look at all of the space that we've been given, like tons. So you could put probably 3 bicycles in here if you wanted to. That's the beauty of this layout. Not only do you have your permanent bed here, but you can carry so many things with you. So you have tracks here on the bottom, on both sides, and on the top on both sides, so you can really secure those items that you're wanting to take with you. This is really kind of the best of the adventure vans. This is the biggest compartment that I've seen accessibility wise in the van. So I think you can take a lot of fun toys with you, no problem. Then we have our exterior shower here, so you can hook up, wash off after you've been out playing. Even if you want to wash the bikes off or the toys off, whatever you're carrying with you, you can do that easily from here. Then we have little pockets here on both sides for our blackout shades, so you can easily, they just Velcro on. So just, and you'll have privacy in your rear bedroom. And then on our left side, we have the 2 GFCI protected outlets, USB charging port and USB-C charging port. Now this is my favorite because I'm camping, so I can be outdoors, although I like that my bed's kind of indoors and I don't have to be on the ground. So we've got a little tag here that just snaps in here. But for us that are vertically challenged, this is nice. So look at that. We just pull our screened in porch down. How awesome. You've got the screen from the front, screen from the back. You're gonna have great cross breeze in here and have a wonderful night and smell that mountain air or the ocean, wherever you are. This is the coolest. Then we have our 30 amp shore power plug-in and our exhaust for our 2.8 kilowatt Awning gas quiet generator. There's the exhaust. Now that's important that it's the quiet generator, so you're going to have no problem in the national parks. You're going to be obviously short enough, and then it will be quiet enough that you can actually run your generator. So this is really nice. You have a quick connect here for another shower hose. So you can, you've got your shower in the rear, but you've also got a shower here where you can, once you've done all the dirty work, hooking up draining all the tanks and everything, you can clean off right here at the side of the coach. Then we have a solar input. So if you want to have an external or a mobile solar panel, you can hook it up here. You do get two 100-watt solar panels that we've optioned in on this Pixel, but let's say you've got this great camping spot, you're underneath the shade and you're loving it, but you want a little solar power, you can do that portable one, walk it out into the sunshine and then hook it in here. Then we have our cable input and city water connection and freshwater connection. So you do have a 29-gallon freshwater tank and a 26-gallon gray tank. And then we go to our cassette tank, which is our black tank essentially, about 5 gallons. So you just push the two buttons in, open the door, blue lever down here, pull it up, and then you take out your cassette tank here. Now you've got it on wheels, so you can just, wheel that around to the dump station. You're just gonna turn this handle here and then you'll dump it, then rinse it out. Super easy, put the cap back on. And you just slide it right back in. Here is the hookup for our gray tank and the T-bar for the gray tank. And then we've got a nice place here that we can store our gray tank hose. Our engine exhaust, and then we have our Truma exhaust. This is going to be for our hot water and our furnace. Great step up here as we get into the van, and then right here is our gas fuel tank for our 24-gallon tank. You also get the remote start, so as long as you're within 300 feet of the van, you just hit this 3 times. Pretty cool, huh? So this is a major feature for me. This grab bar, it's so nice and sturdy. So as you're getting in, and especially when you're getting out, because it can be a little dicey getting out, we've got that nice extended rail there to stand on, but I love that to safely get in and out of the coach. So here's our fire extinguisher. It's great that it's right by the side door, so you can use it for outdoors or indoors. I don't think it's sufficient for this 20-foot long van. What you need to look into is Protang. It's a fire suppression system. It's sold exclusively by National Indoor RV Centers. So you're going to say, oh, well, of course they're going to pitch their own product. Well, guess what? We only pitch products that we truly believe in, that we use ourselves. So go and check out Protang. You'll see my video. I think it sells itself. We can give you a custom quote for particular areas, maybe your inverter or your engine compartment, specific areas of your van, or we can do a quote for the entire van. Just give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers today. Check out this entire space as I step into the van. There's so many little things I can't wait to tell you about this van. It's such a great value. It's very affordable for all that it offers. So you've got seating for 4 and seat belts for 4. These 2 seats have the child tether. So you can put a child, a car seat in those and feel safe. So if you want to take along the grandkids, or if it's a family of 4 that wants to go out on great adventures, this is the van for you. So let's check out some of the storage here. We have this nice big compartment here. Let me go ahead and put my arm back there so you can see it's quite deep. And then they've given us a little air compressor and jacks if we need them. But look, they go back in their spot. You have quite a bit of storage there, and it goes to both ends. So that's nice. Then we have the linear lighting here. I love the way that looks, nice and sleek. And then great storage above here. So one of the great things that you get with this Coachmen product is you get the Forest River roadside assistance. It's a complimentary roadside assistance and troubleshooting 24/7 for the first year of your ownership. So right when I step in the coach, I have this nice window. And again, we've got that screened in porch. So I can open up the window. And you've just got a couple different stages, push it all the way open. Now, if I want to have my screen, I just pull that down. I've got that fresh air coming in. I can open my window across and I get that nice cross breeze. which I love. And then when I'm ready to bring the window in, so you're gonna push it up till it's fully extended, then just pull it down and lock it in place. Now, if I'm ready to go to bed, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my blackout shade. So right when you walk in above the doorway, you've got your step light and your ceiling light and your porch light. Here's the Truma control panel. So this is going to be for your on-demand hot water and your furnace. So we're going to click into our little van here. Now we can do our AC or our heat. Then we can go to our water heater here, so we can turn it off. We can keep it in eco mode, which will keep the water about at like 40 degrees. Then obviously you can heat up your water here, or you can go to boost, which will take it up to about 120 degrees. Then you have your gas burner and your electric burner, so you can click in here. So you can do either both your electrics, just one, or you can mix your gas plus your electric, or just go to gas only. Then you go to your fan speed. You can do low, medium, or high. You've got your timer here, your clock, and your settings. Then you've got your extend and retract for your Thule awning. So this is where you can turn your inverter on and off and then monitor its usage. Remember, you get the 1000 Zentrax inverter. And then you have your 30 amp solar controller. This is going to let you know what kind of amps you're bringing in from your solar panels. And then you can turn your solar on and off from here. And we have our thermistor for the front part of the coach, so that whatever you set your thermostat to, between the thermistor, it will communicate back to the thermostat and keep this temperature nice and comfortable. So now to the captain's chair, co-captain's chair. I've turned them around so you can see that you get seating for 4. Plus, check out the nice covers that they put on these, so you don't just have the chairs that come standard with their ProMaster chassis. They've actually put a nice cover on them, and the stitching just makes everything look nice and consistent. Plus, they're really soft to the touch. Now, once I've turned the chairs around, I can also raise the seats so that when I'm in this position here, I'm sitting a little bit higher and it's a little bit more comfortable. Now, I wouldn't want to be this high unless maybe I'm vertically challenged when I'm turned around and driving. But now we've got the Lagoon table. So that just goes in on this rack right here. And then you can adjust where you want that table. And we could even lower it, make it a little bit shorter because it's a little bit high right now. But what I love about this is, okay, picture this, guys. You're sitting here. You've got your workstation here. You've got the mountains or the desert or the ocean outside of you, and you're working remotely. How cool is this? I absolutely love it. Or really, after a long day of driving, you get to sit back, relax, have your dinner, enjoy the beautiful fresh air as you got this cross breeze. It's just great. So below my feet here, I've got a nice little storage compartment. You almost don't know it's there, so it's kind of a little secret compartment. And we've got this nice, the quained, strong floor throughout the van. And then we've got a service access point here. Now to our jump seats here. These are great because they do come forward, so you can adjust those. You do have the child tether here. And then also, that's just, we've all had kids. We've all had to put the line down between them so that they don't touch. So now I've separated the chairs. You can see how much distance you can get. And I do want to tell you that these are a comfortable chair for an adult for traveling. So here we've got the nice linear light accent underneath the cabinet. We have USB-C charging port and 2 GFCI protected 110 outlets. So right here you can start and stop your 2.8 Awning generator, and you can see your hours here. Here you can check your battery level, your fresh tank, and your gray tank. Then you can turn on your water pump, turn on your tank heaters, your awning power, and your battery disconnect. Here's a light switch for your linear lights in this area, and you can dim them. They're a little bright, so in the evening you might want to soften that up a little bit. Really nice. Then you have your bathroom light and your step light. Notice a nice vinyl touch soft ceiling, and then we have our smoke alarm. Down here we have our furnace vent. So I love our galley kitchen. Look at all the counter space. There is a ton of counter space We have a nice size sink. I'm actually going to be able to wash dishes in this. And then we have the residential faucet. Right behind that, we've got a USB charging port and a USB-C charging port. And we've got the nice linear lights. We have our window, again, that we can easily open, put the screen down, put the blackout shade down, and then let's check out this storage. So I'm just going to go ahead and walk along and open all the storage on the passenger side of the van. Great storage, felt lined so things aren't going to, slip around too much and make a lot of noise. And then the door handles are really nice because they do lock into place, but you just pull them open. So I do love the way their cabinets work. Check out the storage below our sink. I love this because we get a waste can and then all this space here. Another nice drawer. Now this is a nice size drawer. This has got the portable induction cooktop. I love that for a couple reasons. First of all, you can put it up here if you're using it. You still have all this counter space. Or you can take it outside and use it on the little flip down table that I showed you earlier. So you can cook things outside. That's what it's all about, being in the outdoors. So this gives you that opportunity to cook outside really easily. Another big drawer. And look at that. Adjustable shelves, really nice storage there. And this is your step up when you're going to get into the bed. So it's just a nice little step. They've thought of everything. Then we have the convection, microwave, and air fryer. So 3-in-1. That's a game changer. Really love that. Then we have our refrigerator. 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves and compartments on the door, and our freezer. And that's a drawer. I like that actually. That's really nice. For your induction cooktop or for your coffee maker, you can plug in here. And you also have the USB and USB-C charging port. And then we've got another little cargo net storage area. And then below that, we've got a service access point. And if you look in there, you can see the hush mat that is over the wheel well. Again, that contributes to that nice quiet ride and insulation. Then we have our fuse and breaker box. And then we have our RVCO and propane gas alarm. One of the things that makes this Pixel feel bigger than it actually is that the fact that the bathroom door is open. I mean, I can shut it too. It's got this soft self-cleaning shower door, but having it open just really opens up the kitchen area and makes it feel bigger in here. So I like that. And speaking of the shower, now this is, I'm not gonna lie, a little tighter space. It's perfect for me. My husband might be a little cramped, but you can shower sitting. So that's the other option. You've got your cassette toilet and you can rotate this too. So if you need a little bit more leg room, you can move that very easily. And then we've got our wardrobe bar. So when you're travel mode, if you want to make this your closet, that's great. If you're staying at a camp where they've got a shower on site and you prefer to use that and then just keep this as wardrobe space, that's another option. You've got a little hook for towel here and here. Then you've got your handheld shower head, and then you've got your one-piece fiberglass enclosure, so you're going to keep no chance for leaking. You've got your drain and then your self-cleaning shower door. And on your shower head, you can turn it on and off from here, which is really nice because you probably really want to take military showers with your 29-gallon freshwater tank. You want to conserve that water as best you can, and your 26-gallon gray tank. You don't want to fill either of those up too quickly. So little, lather up, wash off, turn it on and off. So it makes it super easy to do that. And then they give you a nice little light in here so you don't feel like you're in a cave. So I mentioned how much space is in the kitchen here. I love that, but guess what? There's even more. So now we're back into the bedroom area. But guess what? If I remove that mat, so check out this space here. This is another space that you could work remotely from. It's your workbench, it's your office, it's whatever you want to make it, or it's just your bed. We have our Truma AC unit. This is really nice. First of all, it's nice and quiet. I have it on while I'm videoing, so that's always great if they're quiet enough that I can actually do it with the video. You also can direct the flow of the air here, and then you can push all the air going forward. So maybe if you're having dinner and everything, you want all that flow to go forward, you're gonna push that forward. When it's nighttime and you're sleeping, you're gonna push it all the way back, or you can just have it right in the middle. And then we have a remote for this as well. For perspective, I want you to see with me in this area here, how big this space is. So I am 5'6", I've got heels on. So you've got a lot of height, a lot of width here, and then the length is great. You could have a full kayak, you could have your full fishing poles, you could have paddle boards. I mean, you have a ton of space here, and you can still have a couple bikes. So I love the amount of space they've given us. And then it's super easy. When it's time to make the bed, we're just gonna pull the little lever here, drop that down. You've got the springs here to give you a little bit more support when you're sleeping. And check that out. That is awesome. And now I'm gonna pull out my little step here. Pull up my step, I can easily get up onto the bed. So just so you can see, I have plenty of length. I need a pillow, but it's very comfortable. The mattress is very comfortable. And I've got storage spot here. We have our King Wi-Fi router, and then more storage above. Nice big storage compartments there. Another window here. Of course, we can open that, have the screens, that cross breeze, and we've got a USB and USB-C charging port on both sides of the bed. So we have our floor light, and then we have the linear lights here, and these are also dimmable, so you can soften those up, especially at night, you would want that. And then you have your JBL waterproof speaker that's portable, so you can Bluetooth your phone to it and play your music inside the van or on your adventures. So now to the cockpit area. First of all, these seats, I'm telling you folks, they are so comfortable. They're really comfortable. Let me show you how they work. So first of all, you've got the bar here to pull up to move it back and forward. And then right below here, you've got a cutout. When you lift this up all the way, then you can rotate the seat into the living room. Then we've got the levers here that will raise and lower the seat. So I can drop it down, back, forward, you lean it, and then just lock it in when it's comfortable. This is for your backrest, and then you've got your lumbar control. We've got a nice drink compartment here, and then we've got our speaker, our door handle, a little place that we can grab to open and shut the door, and then we've got our lock, our window controls, and our mirror controls, and again to adjust our mirrors, our exterior mirrors. Then we have the lever here to pop the front hood, and then this is our emergency start button. This is really important. If you come back to your van and the batteries are dead, you can take your chassis batteries and house batteries, tie them together, you'll push this button, try to start your engine. If it doesn't start, run your generator, then try to start again. But this is a great button to tie those batteries together. Then you've got your brake, so you just pull to put it on. So here we have our turn signal, right and left, and then we have our light controls. So we have our auto, off, and our headlights. I'm just gonna keep it in auto, and then you can pull back to flash your high beams or push forward to keep your high beams on. And then of course you've got your intelligent high beams, so they'll automatically do that for you when there's oncoming traffic. So we have a really fancy little button here. You have it on the left and on the right. I'm on the left side here. So the center button is my source, so I can go through my different options of stations to listen to, XM, radio, and then the seek and find are the up and down. And on the right side, I have the source in the middle, and then my volume control up and down on the toggle switch. We have the leather wrapped steering wheel, so it's nice and comfortable. And then we've got our controls here to see what information we get on the dash. So you go left and right to scroll through the menu options. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on my home screen here. Then I'm going to get my trip information for A and B. Then we have our drive assist. So when we're actually driving, this is where we'll see like our following distance, our lane departure, and we can adjust those. Vehicle information. We have tire pressure, oil temperature, battery voltage, back to tire pressure. Then we have our audio source, navigation, any messages that are stored, and our settings. So we can click into our display, our screen setup, our reset for our trip B, and our navigation repetition. Our security, our hill start assist, we can turn it on and off from here. And then our safety and assistance, so our buzzer volume for alerts while driving. Low, medium, and high. So then we have our horn, then we have our cruise control, so turn it on here, set, and then resume, and then you can increase or decrease your speed while driving. And then you have your lane keeping assist. You can adjust your following distance for the car in front of you and your speed limiter. So if you want to set a speed that you won't go over, you can do that by clicking in here. Then we have our windshield wiper controls. So push down for windshield wiper fluid, and then you can turn your windshield wipers on and off. Then we have our keyless start. So you just have to have your keys in the vicinity of the ignition here. So you're going to press it once if you just want to go into accessory mode. When you're ready to start it, put your foot on the brake and hold it in. It will start, and when you're ready to stop it, just turn it off. Super easy. Here's our transmission controls, and then we can go into manual transmission, so we can downshift or upshift. Then we have tow haul mode, which changes the shifting pattern when you're towing something heavy. So here's our nice control panel here. We go to our home page and we'll have our navigation and our radio. Then we can go to media. We have the sources here, the channels here. Then we have our AC settings here. So we can increase the fan speed. We can direct the air flow wherever we want it and recirculate the air here. Our navigation, input our destination here. This is where you can connect your phone. Then this is your display kind of settings here, so you can adjust the brightness. You can go to your profile. So if you want like a nighttime brightness set and a daytime brightness set, those are really handy to have because sometimes it can be too bright at night. Then your safety and driving assistance. So this is where you can turn all those safety features on or off, or adjust the chime level. So you've got your traffic sign assist, your traffic sign assist warning, off, visual or visual and chime, intelligent speed options, new speed zone indication, front park brake sense volume, front or rear park sense volume, drowsy driver alert, you can turn that on or off, your blind spot alert, off, lights or lights and chime, trailer length for blind spot alert. And then you've got your apps that you can add here that will work with your ProMaster chassis, and you've got your Android Auto. Then we've got our power to the screen here and our volume controls and our mute button. We can turn the screen off quickly. We just don't want to have it. And then this is our tune and scroll. We've got our HVAC controls here with buttons. So here's your lock and unlock for the whole coach, your hazards. You can quickly turn off your lane keep assist here if you'd like. Auto traction control. This is where you can turn on your park sensors, or you can turn your park sensors off here. Our 110 outlet, our 12 volt outlet, USB-C and USB. Then we have our wireless charging pad here, so that's really nice, and 3 cup holders. So we have a nice storage compartment here, and then we've got our sun visors, our light controls, so reading light for driver and passenger, and then we can turn the lights on if we want them to come on when the doors open. We can turn them on or off. We've got our SOS button and our assist button. So this is one of my favorite things. It's a rear view camera, but it comes up in your rear view mirror. So I can go to settings, and it's going to adjust the brightness here, so I can brighten it up. and then click again. Now I can move the camera angle up or down. And then when I don't want this, I just want it to be a rear view, like a mirror, so I can check my lipstick. I just flip it down, and then it's just a regular mirror. In front of the Co-Captain, we've got a nice little storage area and a glove compartment. So it's time to test this baby out. Let's go see how the Pixel performs on the road. This is going to be super easy to drive, 20 feet, 11 inches, I believe. So it's really, you know, there's trucks that are bigger than this. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. We're going to go ahead. I'm just going to put it into reverse for a second so you see the awesome cameras that you get in reverse. So if I were to be trying to park, I can see exactly what's going on all the way around me. That's that surround camera. And then I've got my rear view camera. I can change the angle just a little bit. This is the front camera. So really you can see all the way around your van. And you've got those parking sensors all the way around the van too. So again, it can be super safe and easy to park. Let's hit the road. So this is the part of fun about RVing, is that really your adventure starts once you get in the driver's seat. So I can see the beautiful country. I'm very comfortable. It's nice and quiet. I have the AC running. I don't hear it at all. It's silent. And so this is a great way to get from point A to point B, or obviously you can stay in here full time if you want. I've actually had some customers that full time in a beat. That's pretty impressive. I don't know that I could do it, but you know what? They're having some great adventures because they can go so many places in this van that you can't get in some of the bigger RVs. All right, so if you've watched my videos before, you know that I always do the decibel reader, 62.9. That's with the AC on, and it is super quiet. This is a dream to drive. And now, one of the things that's really, I love the ProMaster chassis. First of all, it has quite a bit of pickup. You've got your 9-speed transmission. Then you have all your safety features that are packed in here: collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, the pedestrian, cyclist, active braking assist, the drowsy driver assist. Again, all these things that are going to keep you safe while you're going down the road. Now, I'm not able to get up to a really fast speed right now, but I'm going to go ahead and just lock in for my cruise control and set my speed. And now I can just take my foot off the accelerator, sit back. I've got that adaptive cruise control, so it's going to adjust my following distance if the cars get too close in front of me. So if you are looking to buy a coach this year, a van, a coach, whatever this year, I've got the perfect opportunity for you. So every year, end of May, 1st of June, National Indoor RV Centers has the Music City Motorhome Expo. It is a VIP shopping event, and when you're paying this much for a vehicle, you really should have a VIP experience. Be able to get all your questions asked and answered in a relaxed environment. So we have a show. It is a capped event, so there's never going to be huge crowds or tire kickers. We want serious buyers so they can answer serious questions. We're going to have the new model year coaches on display, A, Bs, and Cs. And then we have the important people from the manufacturer, so the engineers, the product designers, the presidents, to help us ask those questions and make sure you feel really good with your purchase. And then the best thing of all, you can test drive any coach that we have on display. Yep, you heard that right. Any coach that we have on display. There is no other RV show in the country that you can do that at. Along with all of that, we have amazing entertainment. So last year was Diamond Rio and Josh Turner. This year is Sarah Evans and Scotty McCreery. And who knows what will be coming up in the future years. But your ticket price includes that, plus all your food and drink. And then the bonus of all of that, when you purchase within the next year, you get your ticket price refunded to the deal. We actually help with a little bit of the traveling expenses as well. So basically, it will cost you absolutely nothing to come to the RV show, to the Music City Motorhome Expo, if you are really serious about buying, because everything, your ticket's refunded back to your deal. So what are you waiting for? If you want more information, please go to musiccitymotorhomeexpo.com And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, but we'd love to have you there. Other thing I want to tell you about is AIM Club. So it's our all-inclusive motorhome club. So anyone is welcome to join the club. If you have a class, a B class, or a C class, anything with a motor. We actually do some B class, exclusive B class rally only. But the AIM Club is the all-inclusive motorhome club. That gives you access to some service discounts, and then we do these amazing rallies across the country. Now, when you purchase with National Indoor RV Centers, we cover your first year dues for the club, so that means you get that access to the service discounts, and you can then register for our rallies, which are amazing. They're like a cruise in your coach. Basically, you just show up in your van or your coach, and we take care of the rest, all your food and drink, and then really cool activities that are local to the area, the resort that we're at. So that's what our events team is tasked with finding, unique activities that you may not find on your own. So go and check out aimclub.org. It's the best way to get to know the features of your van, get to know some more fun RVers that are living the same lifestyle as you. And then we have seminars. It's just a great time all together. So go check that out. So with your SumoSprings, your stabilizer, the hush mats, all the insulation, that is why this is so quiet and so comfortable. I'm telling you, nice riding, really quiet, awesome Pixel. The only way for you to find out more about it is to come test drive one with National Indoor RV Centers. There we are, right on I-40 in Nashville. We have 5 locations across the country. We'd love to see you, and we'd love to have you drive one of the vans. So thanks so much for joining me today for my review of the 2026 Coachmen Pixel. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how much this coach would cost you. Well, current MSRP is $161.73. Now, never pay MSRP, and remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. And we want to have customers for life, so we want to make it super easy for you. Do you know that you can finance this van for 20 years? 20 years. That means you're going to have minimal payment. Get out there, get RVing today. No excuses. We do financing, we take in trades, we do consignments. Anything we can do to make it easier for you to get into this lifestyle, and then we provide amazing activities through our AIM Club, exclusive B van rallies. So make sure you check us out. Give us a call. We want to help you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like and subscribe so you'll get all my other videos. And then check out our AIM Club video, Music City Motorhome Expo, and RVing 101. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day.